Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Irene Ifa, and in today's video we will be learning how to make a tie and dye. And with this video, this was the process and this is the pattern we created. So let's just dive right into it and see how it is done and which format I use in order to achieve the pattern I achieved. Okay, so I'm going to be boiling the hot water that we'll be going to use to mix out the colors and then the chemicals that will be needed for the creation of this. Yeah, so if today is your first time passing by or seeing my channel, I'm a unified fashion designer in Ghana, Kumasi. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to this amazing channel. So whilst we are waiting for the hot water to start boiling, let's just hop on to the fabric and the chemicals that was used, including the color that was used to achieve the pattern we achieved. Okay, so you need your raffia. You can decide to use elastic or any thread of your choice. This fabric was 4 yards, but I needed 2 yards to create what I wanted to create. The pattern doesn't necessarily mean like the yards of fabric, but I mean I needed 2 yards of fabric to, you know, create the pattern and then like so adjust with it. So I just used 2 yards. Should have used 4 yards, but I stick with it 2 yards. You can use any other yards you would prefer to use. So you need your hydrosulfate, which is this one, and then you would also need, this is your hydrosulfate. Okay, it kind of looks like a sugar. It has these gravels like that sugar, and then your caustic soda, which is extremely very soft compared to the hydro. Yes, and then this is the color. Okay, these are the colors that were used. I hope you're seeing this well, but if you're not getting it well, don't worry, the camera will be positioned perfectly as time goes on. If I missed it on this one. So this is the 2 yards worth of fabric. These are 2 yards fabric. So I'm folding it up together like so here, and then mixing it together like so here, and then you just fold it. Can you see how the fold is being done? Just folding it to be extremely linear. Okay, so have inches of like 5 inches or like 6 inches. Okay, I'll fold it again like so here, so that it becomes extremely linear to get the pattern that I wanted to achieve. So this is one of the other techniques of how you can fold your fabric as well. You can be doing it all throughout tying, but you can also be doing the step-by-step folds before you actually add the tying or like the tying to create a pattern. But here I started with my step-by-step one, as you can see here. As you can see here. Light, camera, action. Just kidding. So I changed the position of the camera, and here I was able to capture it perfectly. I hope you can see it greatly. I hope you see this triangular pattern I'm creating with these folds that was made, right, like so. Okay, like so. Yes. I hope you've subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, kindly do so. If this channel has been of great use for you, kindly do subscribe to also send some motivation for more uploads, and don't forget to react to the post when it's being posted. So this is it. The hot water was ready, as you can see me doing, pouring some inside the basin. Forgive me for this section. Okay, the time that I was ready to make this video, I didn't have like gloves with me, so I actually used most of like the metal spoon in my real hand. So here was when I placed the hydrosulfate in the water. So there was hydrosulfate in the water, and here I also be untying to add the caustic soda to it. Okay, so this is when the caustic soda was added to the hot water in the basin. mixing it thoroughly so that it looks very smooth and great. Yes, so this is it. This is it. So here I noticed that the water was quite too much for what I wanted to create. So I divided into two so that I can mix it with two different colors. Okay. Yes, so after I was done mixing the chemicals, I actually made sure that I separated the liquid into two so that I can add two different colors to the chemicals that has been mixed with the water already. Okay, so here this is the yellow color that you see me untying. This is how it looks. I should have done the same with the sulfate and the caustic soda, but untying it was very difficult, especially while I had no gloves on, so I had to make sure that I was extremely careful, and it was taking a lot of time, so I just had to pause it and focus on it. After it was done, I just poured it in. So sorry about that one, but this is how this is yellow. Okay, it looks like orange. These dyeing colors are like it just amazes me. At first, when I was even purchasing it, I thought I was going to get yellow gold, but I ended up getting yellow. When you see these colors, you might, if you're going to judge the colors by how you look at it and how it appears to your eyes, you'll be deceived. Seriously, I thought I was buying yellow gold. Even the vendor thought it was yellow gold, so that was what she said. That was why she sold that one for me. But after I was done mixing it out, I realized that okay, so it isn't really orange. It's really not a yellow gold. It was just yellow after it was added to the fabric, which was very amazing, by the way. So when these dye colors, these dyes are it's very deceptive. If you're buying them, just try to make sure that you at least use little portions of this to be able to identify that this is the color that I'm getting from this dye, in order to get the colors you would be wishing to have. Because if you buy them and you get convinced enough that these are the colors that I've bought, by the time you'll be done mixing them up, you realize that okay, this was not the colors I opted for. I wanted different other colors. So here I'm adding the raffia to it, just so that I can tighten the fabric up, so that osmosis doesn't happen here, from a higher concentrated area to a lower concentrated area. If you don't tie them, it can pass through the fabric. Even though you don't want some other colors to be at other angles, it can pass through it and then go to other angles that you had no idea you wanted those colors to go. So when you tie them, it makes it difficult for the color to penetrate through the fabric to go to other ends. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why you see me using the raffia for the tying. But I would also advise, if you have other other threads there, I would advise you going for that rather than the raffia, because with this I really didn't hold it as I wanted them to hold. Okay, so I would advise that if you can get a higher one or stronger one, it would be better. Thread would be better than going for this, with my experience. Yes, so here I'll place it in for about some minutes. And so with here I moved on to the other color. As you can see here, I moved on to the other color so that I could get it. I thought I was going in for wine color, right? My plan was to go in for yellow, gold and wine for this pattern, for this fabric, for this dye. And then I ended up having this wasn't wine when it was added to the fabric. I actually had brown. Could you believe it? I ended up getting a brown color. Okay, so when I was buying it, I said I wanted a wine color, so I wanted to create something with yellow, gold and wine, which those two colors move perfectly, but I didn't get that. I rather had yellow and brown. Can you imagine? Yeah, so I would always advise, and I'll say it again, if you're buying these colors, when you buy them to the house, make sure that you test it out on just even if it's just a portion of the fabric. It'll be great than for you to start a whole project to use 3 hours of worth of fabric and then you're looking for some particular colors and then you really don't get them, like I would advise you don't go in for that. Okay, so here it kind of looks like a yellow gold, but after it was dried up I was getting different color, but it's fine. So I would advise that when you're going in for it, you just try it at different places so that you can get like different, you know, outlook to see how it really looks. Because this, I thought I was gonna get wine, but you know, after everything it turned out to be brown, which was beautiful. You know, it was beautiful though. So I added a bit of the I added a bit of the brown, or my perceived wine, to the blue color to create another color for the third angle. Okay, so after that, after I did that, I was able to get like a very deep brown shade of color, as you can see me mixing it out here, so that I can just add it to the tip of it. Okay, so I'm using all the the 3 kunais, and this was the color I had. I thought it was Igor brown. I think it looks blue black. Okay, so when it comes to these colors, these dyeing colors, I was amazed. As I said earlier, is very thickish. So I would advise that you try your best, that you know, you try it out on small pieces of fabric to know the shade of colors that you have, so that you will be able to, you know, get the exact ones that you were expecting, or else you'll be shocked by the colors that will be created at the end of the day. You'll be shocked to the core, you know, when that surprises on big yards of fabric. So you try them on smaller ones and then you're good to go. And yes, I would advise you use gloves. Put on gloves when you're doing yours. Kindly do that. I had no gloves around. I went to nearby shops or nearby vendors. If I could get gloves, I couldn't get one, and I really had to make this, so I had to do it with my bare hands. Bear with me, you know, next time I'll try to put on gloves. But I made sure it had no connection with my hand though. But to be on the safer side, put on your gloves, okay? So here it was over 13 minutes and I had to remove the raffia so that I could get how the whole thing came into being. It's looking beautiful, you know, even though I'm ranting about the shades that I had, it's looking very beautiful, as you can see here. So I had to, when you're drying them too, you don't necessarily need like a sunlight for them to dry. You just need a place where there is this warm, you know, there is no sunlight. You don't use the sunlight to dry them. So you see how I'm opening them and you see the pattern that it has created in. Okay, if you've forgotten the way how it was folded, kindly go back to the beginning of the video to see how the folds were done. Okay, so that you can also see how the pattern came into being. This is going to be a very lovely, if I work on it, this will be a lovely dress. If you want me to sew something with this dye, kindly let me know so that I'll make a tutorials on something I can create with it and then post it on the channel. But yes, I have amazing sewing tutorials on this channel. Kindly check them out. I would advise you, do not dry them in sunlight. Make sure you get a shade so that you can dry them there. So this is how it looked, just like how it looked in the introduction. This is how it looked at the end of the project. I hope you're enjoying this video. Watch the next video, girl.